ReVmp Da Game podcast. It's your boy King GB.
Bella D Rose.
We outside with another episode. We at PrettyGirlsCook, y'all. PrettyGirlsCook. Today we sitting down with Dom, owner of PrettyGirlsCook. She just was on Chef Ramsey's Secret Service. If you missed it, she gonna give us the whole rundown of how it was, everything, man. We brought it to you first. ReVmp Da Game podcast. About to go feed Bella right now and her dog. But yeah,
I get some grub out this joint.
yeah, we about to go get something to eat, man. Like, I know y'all know what's going on, but yeah, we about to get something to eat. We outside, ReVmp Da Game. We back with another episode, ReVmp Da Game podcast. Your boy King GB.
Bella D Rose.
We got a fire episode today. Special guest here at PrettyGirlsCook. You like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Dominique, and I am the owner and the lead chef here at PrettyGirlsCook.
We here with the owner of PrettyGirlsCook. Y'all hear what's going on, man.
Y'all see what's going on.
Hey, live, man. We came in her house, man. Like,
Getting her to see what she had, the vibes, what she got to tell us tonight.
I mean, so what's the definition of PrettyGirlsCook?
So PrettyGirlsCook really comes from, you know, women who are a little bit more flashier, take care of their look, take care of the things, you know. If you get your nails done, you get your hair done, you like to wear makeup, guys don't really look at you as being, you know, somebody that's in the kitchen, that's domesticated, I guess, and can burn. So initially it was more like, I'm a girly girl, I'm always dressed up, and when I used to like tell people I cook food, they're like, "You don't know how to cook?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." They're like,
"You was pretty?"
Yes. So that's really exactly how it came about. It was like, pretty girls don't cook, and I'm like, no, pretty girls do cook. And then I was like, that's actually a pretty good name. So
it's definitely a hit. I love
and then I kind of prior to the restaurant, I had a catering company first that I started in 2015. So initially, the catering company was called PrettyGirlsCook, and then once I expanded and I knew that I was going to open up a brick and mortar space, I just was like, I'm gonna just keep the name the same, and that's how we started PrettyGirlsCook. You know, being underestimated.
Okay. How did you get in? Well, that's kind of sort of explain how she got into the cooking world, right? Would you like to explain that to us? How did you get into the cooking world? Like, what made you wake up one day and say, like, all right, I'm a cook. Like, I'm gonna make this my passion.
Well, I've been cooking since I was 8.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
My family, I come from a family of cooks. My mom's side, my dad's side. So my mother, her family is, we're biracial, but my grandmother is Jamaican. And then on my dad's side, my family is from North Carolina. So most of my aunts and my grandma cooked on my dad's side. My grandpa, my grandmom's husband was also a chef. And then on my mom's side, my uncles cook, my aunts cook. My aunts used to own stores, like poppy stores back in the day. So I just been around it my whole life. And you know, just being a grown kid in the house cooking. I know, not necessarily in business, but I always was like sit in the kitchen with my grandmom and help. And I wanted to help. I wanted to be involved. And like when my mom wasn't home yet, I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna get dinner started, like, you know. And I started cooking when I was 8. When I went to high school, I was in like a culinary program, and my culinary teacher there, she was pushing me to go to culinary school because she was like, you're so talented, you're whatever. And I'm just like, okay. So fresh out of high school, 17 years old, I went to culinary school. And no one explained to me then that 2-year college is for everybody. So initially, when I got there, I'm literally like a kid, and there's a bunch of grown-ups here who are trying to get a job, trying to start a career, where I'm just, you know, fresh off the you know, like I'm out of high school. I'm thinking I'm gonna be with my peers or my friends. It wasn't even no one near my age. So it was terrible. It was a terrible experience. They treated me like trash.
Really?
Yeah, like my teacher was like, she was like the female Gordon Ramsey before, you know, he existed then, but she was definitely a big.
She was a critic.
Oh my God, like real bad, real bad. Like she would dig her, and like, so I would get partnered. Most of the things we did in culinary school, you would get partnered with somebody, and it's like, I would get partnered with people, they just didn't even want to talk to me. They didn't care about my input. They didn't respect me, but that's because I was young. And I think that, you know, like she was hard on me too. So it was like, breakfast has to be done within 3 minutes. She'll put her hands in my salad and be like, this texture is all off, and throw it in the trash. So it was like, I felt like, yeah, I'm done. I switched my major to education. I went to school and I graduated. I have a degree and early childhood education. And that's what I was doing. So in the summer, I don't work because I work in school. So I was like always cooking, every party, every event, I will always be making the food. So I started selling crabs first, initially. A friend of mine, he owned a bar, and I asked him, first I was selling them at my house. And that's not a good thing.
You got surfing too.
I know, but selling crabs and platters, I sold platters out my house too, but selling crabs out my house was like, no. So I did it 1 week, and then I asked him, I knew he had this bar, and I was like, hey, can I sell crabs out of your bar like 1 or 2 days, and I'll just give you a profit from it. So I did that for a couple weeks, and one day, I guess their chef there, they called out. So he asked me like, can you make everything that's on this menu? And I'm like, yeah. And he like, can you stay and like make the food today? It was the most money they ever made since they've been open. So like after I did that, he kind of was like, can you stay? And I'm like, yeah, exactly. And I was just like, I'll see what, I could do. So I wound up taking over their kitchen, and it was my kitchen. I kind of kept their menu. I kept everything that they had. I just was still just cooking the things that they had on their menu. And the people started like loving me and loving it. But then there was multiple owners, and I was friends with one. So things kind of was just getting a little bit, like on the business end, things were getting a little cross. So I wound up leaving there. So when I left there, it was the beginning of my catering company, but I still had a full-time job as a teacher. I was a kindergarten teacher at this time. And I would spend my break time or my weekends catering. Like I would go on my lunch break and go to Walmart. I worked in Delaware County, so I would like ride to Walmart and like get all the food I needed. And then by the time I got off, so I could drive home and start prepping my food, like literally I would spend my whole day working. So when I did the catering, it was just catering. I was still working. And the catering just kept getting bigger and bigger and booked. And I was just like, yo.
So it like dropped in your lap, like boom.
It was just like, so, but I still had a job. So it was like, I have to do something. So I talked to my mom and my dad, and I was like, look, I think I'm gonna take this culinary stuff serious. And it's full circle, because we're talking about like 10, 15 years later. Yeah. So my dad was like, all right, well, what you need me to do? I'm like, I'm gonna try to find a space. Really, originally, the space was just so I could kind of have a space to work out of. It was never really supposed to be this whole restaurant thing. That wasn't really what the vibe was supposed to be. So I told my dad I'm gonna find a space so that I could work out of, because I can't keep catering out my kitchen. Like, I didn't even know, I was so green to the whole world. Like, I didn't know about commissary kitchens or any of that. I just went straight to get your own space. Like, I didn't even think about the other options that I had.
Small options.
Right. I just was like, I'm gonna get my own restaurant. So I was looking around. I found this space. My mom helped finance it, and my dad did all of the contracting work. He built it out, and he, got the people to come here and do everything. And it took me 1.5 years. And during that time, I quit my job before I even started, which also everybody thought was crazy, because I knew I wouldn't be able to commit to trying to get this done and being able to be attentive to the kids at the same time.
Like a leap of faith.
It was. Yeah. So I quit my job. In the process of quitting my job, I was selling platters. I was doing meal prep. I'm a lash tech, so I was doing lashes.
Yeah, I'm looking at your lashes.
Yes.
Lashes is bomb.
Thank you. I was actually a very bomb lash tech. I know my clients, I don't do my own, but my girlfriend does, Honeybee. So she does the lashes. She does the lashes, but I was doing all those things to just kind of hustle and grind and get all the money I needed. Like, even then, I didn't know anything about loans or any of that stuff. I just literally made every dollar I needed to be able to get this restaurant open. So then once I got the restaurant open and up and running, we opened the doors, and it's been nonstop ever since. Like,
so you said this was 10 or 15 years ago, right?
No. This has been, I would say, like 8.5, maybe 9 years ago.
Right, so let me ask you a question. 9 years ago, did you see yourself here today with your, did you see yourself in this position 9 years ago?
No.
You said you kept hopping in and out. You was like,
no.
I don't know, I don't know. So are you proud of the
I am,
choices?
absolutely.
I'm glad you stuck with it.
Yeah, I feel like, I said.
Everybody who doubted my girl, look at her nails. She got her own restaurant. Y'all better come eat.
Well, I don't ever even think it was initially a doubting thing. I think for me, it was more like, this space was for me and my friends. Like people that know me know how I am with my family and my friends. I'm a very I'm a very overly loving and entertaining and caring, right? And I like to entertain. So technically, the space was just supposed to be a space where I could work out of for my caterings or for like private events. Or I did create a menu, of course, for the store, but it was like, I don't know if everybody's going to be receptive to what I was doing. So I think that for me, it was just doing something for me and my friends. It wasn't for everybody. And then they loved it. I mean, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that people love my food and they love the energy here and they love the vibe. So, like I said, so people were like, no, everything that happened in here was literally just designed for a place for people to come and hang out. I thought I was still going to be in here meal prepping and catering. I didn't even think that it would be this full menu that people are like every day. Like, I love that rice. I love that pasta. I love these dishes. I love that burger. It's like, okay, like, thank you. Yeah, but it didn't start off that way. It definitely was just for something for me and my friends, like for us to just a place for us.
That's good.
I do got a question. Like I know I was listening. You said that basically the teacher was hard on you or whatever. That kind of made you shift away. How are you with criticism though? Like the people who probably got a negative side to your food.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and I always feel like that. I feel like, of course, as a chef, I consider myself an artist. So it's unsettling. Like, outside of being a business owner, I created these recipes and these dishes from things that I learned from my family, things that I learned over time. So a lot of this stuff is like very precious to me. So sometimes, I don't reply to anything. Like, I feel like when people reach out to me directly, like if they call the store or if they send me a DM or they send me an email, I always am willing to correct any situation. Sometimes we never know exactly what it is. And, everybody's entitled to feel their way about food or, I mean, if you ask any of my friends, the little meme that be going around, like, you win the money if you go with the person that's going to criticize the food, is me. So I know that I'm a tough critic on other people. However, everybody has their own opinion. So sometimes, like, some comments, are hurtful. And then other comments is kind of like, okay, I understand. I see how you feel. And like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I do like when people take the initiative to reach out to me directly. I love those comments and things because, like I said, I always try to fix it. I never, like, even if someone is sitting in here and they're not satisfied with something and they like let me know, I've literally changed the recipe on the spot and like remade it and give it to a customer and they be like, oh, you really the bomb, because y'all have to try to sometimes give me the opportunity to fix it. Yeah. And if you do, then fine. But if you don't, but like as far as like when people write stuff or they say stuff, I don't really feel anyway. I don't, and not necessarily I block it out. I mean, I see it, I created this brand and this business. I feel like I'm here a lot. I do a lot of things in here already. So I know like there are a lot of things that I have to be responsible for that I definitely don't have to be responsible for, but I do out of just the sake of the care. So like that is like the pros of this business to me is more like the elevation of my girls, like seeing them create things and being excited about it, seeing them elevate in life and being excited about it. Like those are the pros of being a business owner, being able to help elevate your people and help put them in a better position and, get their own thing popping or even exactly. So those are the pros of being a business owner. But like I said, it balances itself out. I definitely feel like outside of just being responsible for people, there's nothing else that, wouldn't be a kind of any business, I think, is that, because you're only as good as your team. So a lot of things is like, I have to rely on them and they have to rely on me. And I think that, that's the best part about the way I like to run my business, where we're like a family here. So like we all hold each other accountable for stuff. We all be able to, exactly. So, those are the things. And like I said, I love to watch my girls be able to get inspired and like get excited about work and be happy here. Even the customers being happy. When customers come in here and they like, oh my God, we love the food. Oh my God, we love this. Like that feels good. That excited. I mean, the aesthetics, but it's the food, because we created it, we made it, we put our love and our passion into it as we're making it. So it's kind of like when somebody gives you that response, like, ooh, this is good, it feels good. So those that, you know, that's one of the pros I think about, you know, being able to create and
feedback and stuff. Like
yes.
That. Mm-hmm. So I was watching Chef Ramsey, the episode you had with Chef Ramsey, and I know like you basically patched up the issues about like the arguing that was going on in the back. I know I feel like you said something like you was losing the passion at one point. Like how did you get to that point of losing the passion?
The business side. The business side, because my whole thing was always just making a space for me and my friends. So it kind of gets to the point where when you're focused on one thing and there are other things that need to be tackled and handled, and then you made, you know, like a lot of the things that happened on business side was just mainly for me trusting other people and allowing people to do things that I thought, you know, that they were responsible for doing. So, you know, I cook food. Like, I mean, I know some things, but I don't know everything. So when you have to be like tax compliant, you have to have this license, you have to have that, you have to have this. I'm thinking that, you know, that part is being handled by somebody else, and it wasn't. So it kind of, because it hit so hard when it did hit, and it was so big at what was going on. Yes, absolutely. Oh, everything is on me. Unfortunately, that's just a part of the game. I'm not sure if, you know, people know, when you hire an accountant, at the end of the day, you're supposed to check behind them. I didn't think that I had to, or I didn't think that I should, but you know, it's your responsibility. So whether they file something wrong or something is done improperly, it still falls on the business owner. It is not, you know, I'm sure that there are other legal standings to take or proceed with, but at the end of the day, it's your business and you are reliable, you're responsible for it. So the passion part kind of fell from me because it's like, I can't get in a mental space to be creative or get excited because I have all these other things that I have to fix and tackle. And not to mention, I have a team of people that are dependent on me. So now I feel defeated because it's like, I can't be my best person or my best representative for them because I have all these other things that are going on. So that kind of put me in a space where it was like, I don't even want to cook anymore. Like I just didn't want to do it anymore. It was more like now I'm only focused on the business part because I'm so scared that something will fall through the cracks again and I'll get hit with this big load or this big responsibility of something or this big financial burden. And, you know, I'm too worried about that. So I can't even think about coming up with a special. I can't even think about a new menu item. I can't even think about some creative TikTok or Instagram post because all I'm concerned about now is the business. So it kind of killed the passion for me. And I just was like, I'm not cooking no more. I'm done.
So how did you like basically get through that? For somebody that's out there that's in the same position or whatever, that's want to get to where business owning.
One, I would credit my son. My son, he just turned 16. He's a boxer. So shout out to Caden, Bang Gang, Cavalli. He, like when I talked to him about it, like I mentioned it to him and I was just like, you know, it's a lot happening right now. And I think a lot of these things have gotten out of my control and I'm probably gonna have to close the store. And the first thing he says, like, so you gonna quit? And I was just like,
he right at you.
Real bad. And he was like, and I was just like, I mean, it's a lot. He was like, well, you ain't raised me to quit. I never quit. And I'm like, fuck it. I can't quit. Because I felt like, you know, he kind of pushed me like, you did all of this and now you just gonna walk away. Like, you ain't raised me to be a quitter. How you gonna be a quitter? So I thought about it. So it was like him first. And then, you know, just like, even when I talked to my staff about it, when I was just letting them know like, hey, we're probably going to close, you know, them trying to come up with ideas and them trying to like figure things out, them offering to work for free, them offering to take a pay cut. It was kind of like the love that they had for me in the store. It kind of was like, all right, we got to figure something else out. Like, I feel defeated, but I'm not alone. People are here to support me. People are here to help me. People are willing to do what needs to get done in here. And I think that kind of helped get me out of bed and help get me here and help keep me coming. Absolutely. Keep the fight.
Everybody need that little push, just a little bit.
Yeah, so I definitely would credit him as a person that kind of like checked me a little bit.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
So I heard GB mention Chef Ramsey. How you say his name? Ramsey?
Gordon Ramsey.
Yeah. What was your experience with him?
First of all, I mean, initially, it was aggressive.
Really? He really aggressive like that?
Well, it's like, so for me, like I'm a very family oriented person, so I have a lot of, like I have dads and uncles and big cousins, and so it wasn't from a place of malice. It was more from a place of concern. Like I'm yelling at you because I know you could do better, and I want you to do better. So initially, when he came in here, it was on some, get this shit together now. Like it was like, and
he is a hard critic.
Yeah, and then it was like, I mean, and of course, because this is my restaurant, and this is my space, I took full responsibility for everything. I was like, all right, I'm gonna stand 10 toes behind my girls, and I'm like, I'm gonna take it all. Like I'm gonna just take it all. So I didn't fight back with him.
Right.
I didn't question him. I knew what was going on. I knew what was happening. I knew what was going on in here. I was just overlooking it because I just didn't want to deal with it. Like I was pretending that it didn't exist. So I knew that the things was happening in here. I just was passing through the days. I felt like, I used to be making like little comments like I was a robot. Like I'm just here doing what I need to do and keep it moving. But after, we talked, me and him said, and he kind of was on a tip like, I want you to do better. Like I feel like you could do better. I feel like, this is what you love to do every day, and now you just ain't here coasting around looking like a zombie. So it was a tough experience in the beginning, but by the end, it was cool. It was a lot of love. It was a lot of hugs. It was like the energy really is that he really loves what he does. He loves food.
Passionate.
So passionate. Like I can't even describe it. Like he loves what he do. And I think that is kind of how, he wants you to always feel whatever you got going on. Things happen. Like he said, like stuff break every day. I got 17, 20, whatever restaurants all over the world. Like shit's going to happen. Stop letting everything make you be upset about it. So
and he definitely had faith in you.
He did. He definitely did. Yes.
So when you see him like come through the doors, what was you thinking in your head? Like,
well, you knew he was coming.
Or you knew? Like,
I did not know. I did not know. No, it was a surprise.
So
I did not know.
What was you thinking when you see him like turn around? What?
I just was stuck.
Yeah, I was stuck. Like,
I was just standing there. I felt like, oh shit.
You was nervous.
No, I just knew I was about to get cursed out. Like his presence, like what we know about who he is.
Right.
It was like,
who he is.
As soon as he seen it, I don't know. Like I don't want to curse, but it's like I was like, fuck. Like I just
would have started crying.
I mean, it wasn't nothing to cry about. I just kind of knew it was like I don't have shit to say. Like it's like the sensei of the culinary world to me, just walked in my doors. I'm like,
and that's a blessing because not many restaurants get that experience.
Right.
So that's really definitely a blessing that he was able to choose your restaurant.
I'm grateful that we were picked.
To your right home.
Because I didn't know. So I don't know if y'all want to know, but like the process of us being on the show, we didn't know it was like a major production like this. It literally was reaching out to us. I literally thought it was going to be like, some like maybe like Zeus Network, YouTube type of vibe. Like
the whole time is not.
Cause they were, cause it came from a DM. Okay. So it was like a DM, then they called the store. So I was like busy that week and they like, somebody keep calling for you. I like called them like, yo, I've got a lot going on. I'm gonna call you on Monday. So when I talked to him, the guy was just like, we're recruiting, we scouting for a new show. And it was, everything that they showed on the TV was real. So they told us that it was called Restaurant Refresh. So that was the name of the show. That was what they was in. And they even just said like, we're looking for restaurants that may be struggling, that at one time used to be popular and now y'all going through some changes and they want to kind of come in and do an interview on y'all and give y'all a new store. So in my mind, I thought it was going to be like, they wanted us to argue, they wanted us to fight, or they wanted it. I thought it was going to be on that type of vibe. And they came and, I thought they was going to like hide cameras and all that kind of stuff. Like,
they had them with them?
No. They put them, they were like nailed into the walls here, like everywhere, motion sensor. Like, that's why, so like the day when we had to show up to do filming, the whole block was blocked off. It was security on the corner and it was like 7 trailers. And I was like, whoa, this ain't no YouTube. This ain't no YouTube stuff. So when I came here, I still wasn't like, I didn't know exactly who it was. I knew that the production was a little bit deeper than what I thought.
Right.
But no, I didn't expect it to be, Gordon, because like it didn't seem like that where it came from. It wasn't like no formal email or no like thing that we signed up for. Like somebody was in my DMs and.
I do want to know. I don't know if you allowed to tell us this though, but like the client, the customers, they was real customers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they was.
Really
so here's the yes. No. They all right. So they knew that they were coming. They knew that they were being filmed.
Okay.
But they didn't know for what. They just knew that they were coming to the email. They showed me the email. They sent out an email like, "Hey, we are filming. If you want to come get something free to eat, register." So they just were coming here just thinking they were going to come and eat. So like so the two people that they had, like the chefs that he sent in here, who I didn't recognize, but they were a part of the show, but I didn't know. But the other people were merely just like fillers, like, hey, you want to get some free food, you won't be recorded, register with us. Right.
Nobody said it in the feed.
And it's crazy because after the show, when everything was like released, I got a lot of DMs from people that were here that day, and they were like, "We loved our food. We didn't want to leave." They was like, "Can you let us know when the episode aired?" I was on that. I was in the store. Like I got so many DMs because I didn't know who these people were either. So they were like, "I was there that day that Gordon came. Can you let me know when we gonna be on TV?" Because they were shocked. Like we all was shocked. Like so it was like, oh shit. But no, the initial email was more so like, come get some free food and be on camera. They didn't really know what was going on. So they were generic. Everything that they were saying was normal stuff. Like the things like people might have been complaining about was the regular stuff. The only thing that was probably different for us, which has been a while since they, came, they filled the whole store up. Yeah. So when they put the email out, I guess they accepted enough to fill every seat in here. Ooh. So we were full. Yeah. So every table, every chair was completely full. Like it was at least one table that didn't get their food and they were so mad. Like the girl was like, "We didn't even get to eat." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry, y'all gotta get out." Like we still had food on the flat top that we were cooking, but yes.
Yeah, everybody get out. That was
That's crazy.
That was real wrong, man. So for the ones who haven't watched the episode with Gordon Ramsey, like what was some of the criticism that he had for you?
It was more so about my passion, about me letting go the reins and allowing them to do what they want in here. Even though they are all trained and certified chefs, because they all went to school. Everybody has, completed certifications for being culinary, chefs or whatever the case may be. It was more like the criticism for me was really about, just not allowing these outside things to interrupt my still, everyday things that we have to do in here, everyday business that we have to do in here. I know that people talked about like the mussels or the chicken, and it's like little stuff like that. Like the chicken would have went in the trash. Right. When they bust the bag open, we would have smelled it. It was still vacuum sealed. We don't know. We open it, it's bad, it's going in the trash. But stuff like that is like, it could have been got checked. It could have been. Right. So those were the things that he was like, you have to stay on top of them. But, he never, he didn't say anything bad about, the food or anything.
Yeah, how did he feel about the food?
Yeah,
so I don't know
no?
what particularly he said about my food, but production ordered food multiple times.
So what were some of the dishes that he ate?
They had turkey burger. They had the no slacking on your mackin'.
Wait, the no slacking on your what?
There's no slacking on your mackin'.
I'm not trying to no slacking on your mackin'.
It's going.
No, I'm not trying to know. I'm not trying to, y'all.
So because he gave me a new menu.
Really?
So
okay.
yes, so yeah, so
he was not playing.
He created from all the conversations that we had. Most of the menu items were more so the things that I guess when he listened, like the things that I like, the things that I like to make, things I like to prepare. So that's kind of what kind of sparked the passion. But initially. No, he didn't say anything. Like if you watch our episode with other people's episodes, you'll see nobody was in here spitting food out or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, I think the guy mentioned something about the mac and cheese, but Wasn't anything wrong with the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Everything got made fresh that day.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it is. I remember those two guys, and they had that turkey burger, and they kept saying, this burger was so good, we gotta come back and get another one. Now, they edited however they edited, but I remember him saying,
make sure y'all eat them turkey burgers when
Make
y'all
sure
come
y'all
say
get
slide. Get a turkey burger.
well,
No.
got it.
It's going.
It's going again, y'all.
It's
I
going.
forgot, that was his personal menu.
All right, so let me, I guess let me talk about the menu thing. So, Pretty Girls Cook never ever had really an issue about the food here.
Okay.
Some people have said things about their experiences, but I feel like for the most part, I would say at least 90% of my customers are satisfied. People actually really love the food here. Like I have some customers that order 2 and 3 times a day.
Okay.
Like people really love the food here. So he never mentioned anything was wrong with my food. It was more that I told him that I was tired of making this food.
Right.
I've been doing the same thing in the same menu for 7 years. And I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in here. I don't want nothing to do with this food, this menu, this store. I'm done.
Yeah.
So it was more like, what do you want to do? Tell me what you like to do. So like from the conversations we had and him asking about my past and, you know, the people that that taught me to cook, we talked about all those things. And then when he did my revamp and he redecorated, he gave me a whole. he gave me a whole new menu, and the menu was kind of the beginning of the spark of like, oh my God, like this is so it. You know, he gave me the menu. They gave me a Bible. We call it the Bible, but it was like our recipe book. Okay. So everything here we make now is from scratch. Everything that we do, you know, so we make the Caesar dressing from scratch. We make our Thai chili sauce from scratch. We still making everything, like all of our vinegar breads, all of our sauces, everything we doing is from scratch now. So he created a menu that kind of also challenged us, give us a lot of prep. And also like with my girls, they have the items, like we all broke the menu down. You do this, I do this, do that. So everybody has their own lane and their own field of the things that they do. So with the new menu versus the old menu, I've been getting a lot of backlash. So Black Twitter took me down. They basically felt like, F me. She took the wings off the menu. She took the burgers off the menu. She don't got no mac. We hate her. We hate Pretty Girls Cook. But the thing about it was, I think that people just don't understand that I was still making the same food because this is what's paying our bills. This is what's keeping my lights on. But I wasn't happy. Yeah. I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. Like, I am a chef. I'm not just a business owner. I'm a chef. So it was hurting me that I felt like I was stagnant because I'm making everybody happy, but I'm not happy. Like, I'm not growing. I'm not getting any better. I'm not learning anything. Like, anytime I try to introduce a special or something new, they don't want it. Like, they don't want it. You know, people don't like change. People don't take too well to change. No, so
you don't like the recipe changing.
We took those things off the menu. The new menu inspired me. However, from the time that we filmed until the time that the show aired, I did get a lot of backlash about the new menu, but the new menu excited me, but I'm back in the same space. I felt like, all right, what I'm gonna do? Am I going to be unhappy and go back to making all this food that I don't enjoy making anymore? Or do I keep my new menu and just hope that I get some new customers or new people in here? But, you know, I'm not like that. So I converge the two menus together, and there's a good blend of everything. I'm actually updating it again so we can add some more stuff. We're going to bring a burger back. It might not be a turkey burger.
That burger coming back, yo.
I don't know about the Island Guy burger, but we might make a pretty girl burger. Like,
oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so
Pretty girl burger, I like that.
But we're going to bring the burger back. We brought the wings back. The perfect penne is here. The ladies love salmon and the simple salmon grilled cheese. Those were my classics. They are on the menu.
The pretty girl burger definitely got to be.
But we're going to add the burger back. I'm going to put the macaroni and cheese back on the menu. I'm going to move some things around so that there's a balance between the creative things that I like to make and then the classic dishes that my customers love.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, she working it out for y'all. She's going to make it work for everybody getting fed out this joint.
The Dirty Diana grilled cheese is not coming back. It's not coming back.
That's different. I never heard of that.
It's a short rib grilled cheese. I'm sorry, y'all. It was my favorite sandwich too, but I'm not making it no more.
Short rib grilled cheese?
Yep, it had horseradish, mayo, and provolone cheese.
Take that off.
It takes so long to make.
How you take that off?
No, it's not coming back.
I seen you debone a snapper. Like, you learned that through Ramsey, or that was just like something you learned?
No, I always know how to do that.
You said you just.
My family's Jamaican,
Yeah,
yes.
Jamaican, so you know.
I've been going
there.
there. Yeah, we've been traveling. I've been traveling since we were like 8 or 9 years old. We used to go there every year for Christmas. So
you never thought about like offering Jamaican food in a restaurant?
So it's funny that you asked that. So when I used to sell platters out of my house, I sold Jamaican food.
Yeah.
I did a mix of I did curry shrimp, we did curry chicken, oxtails. I used to do like the salmon bowls. I did like a different stuff because I did a lot of stuff. Like prior to this restaurant, I used to do all the pop-ups. They used to have I don't know if y'all remember, what's Mont Brown's thing? Yeah, the community day. I used to be outside of there. Any of the WDAS shows down in South Philly, I would be outside. No.
Oh.
Table, tent, selling food right on the sidewalk.
Hustler.
So I did different variations of stuff. So when I first opened the restaurant, like a couple of my first customers came in here. They was like, "Oh, I already know what I want. Give me the curry shrimp." This day, I said, "We ain't got that." And they like, "What?"
Just how you told me I ain't had that.
Because I also feel like it's a Jamaican restaurant close to here. When I picked this location, I just kind of wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
So I tried to mesh the menu of a bunch of different things that I felt like would fit. But no, I don't. We have like specials that I'll do Jamaican food, but I don't cook it as often as only at home.
I know it's good.
Yeah, not as often as I like. But no, I didn't want that. I wanted the space to feel like it was for everybody. I didn't want it to be one sole type of food here. So I felt like we're just gonna keep it classic and do some regular stuff.
What's in store for Pretty Girls Cook? Like what's coming up for the future? What's going on now?
So one was the merging of the menu. We'll get that rolled out soon. I'm working on some things just for me. At this point, I guess now I'm able to showcase my talent a little bit more. So kind of stepping out of Pretty Girls Cook and branding Dominique Ryan, the chef, I guess. Like, I mean, I never really categorized myself like a chef. I don't really, because I feel like I'm an artist. I used to. I used to do music, so I know that once you like put yourself in a box like chef this, that, like I don't want to do that. So I always tell people I'm an artist. So, cause I do anything, I can do everything. I'm gonna try to figure it out if I can. Like I want to learn how to do it too. But just stepping out of Pretty Girls Cook and trying to do some things. I have some things coming. I don't want to like expose too much, but
don't spoil you the surprise.
Nah. I have some things coming. I'm working on some things, and I think that everybody will be excited about them. I just really want some people to come down here. I want them to try out our new menu.
Yeah.
I want them to.
I'm coming back for the menu.
I want them to try out, the merge of, to see the new and the old all together as one. What else do we got going on over here? We cooking up a few things. We getting some things together, but we are grateful for the experience that we had with Gordon. We are grateful for the things that he's given to me or us together because, I look at my team as a family. So we're grateful for, the rebranding, the refresh, his secret service.
Yeah,
He came in here and, he turned it up a little bit. And I just really would like for the people to come in and just give it a chance and give it a try. I know that y'all love the things that y'all love, but I really would love for y'all to experience some of the new dishes because every recipe he gave, I still put my own stank on it. So it's all still Pretty Girls Cook intertwined.
She still her recipe.
I did. Everything is still like he created the base, and I was like, all right, I like that, but I'm gonna put that on it. I ain't gonna lie. We like sugar in our red sauce. Like we like.
No, you feel me? You know what's going on with red sauce.
So a little. We just. I listen.
We know what's going
so
on
it's still come down, come try it, come see. It's still Pretty Girls Cook. It's Pretty Girls Love. So y'all y'all still gonna get that same energy. It may not be the things that you're used to, but I'm telling you, it's gonna still be the same feel. It's gonna be the same feel. You're gonna still eat it. You're gonna feel good.
Yeah.
There y'all go, man. You know that food, love Pretty Girls Cook. Come down, try the new merging menu.
Yes, come show her some love for her restaurant,
Try
you
something
guys.
different, man. Y'all keep going places ordering.
And another thing, when I came here last week, my girl had a live DJ in the corner.
yeah.
The music
Social
was
Wednesday.
Social
lit.
Wednesday.
She do
Social Wednesday.
Wednesdays
Yes,
there,
come-
so
Every
come
Wednesday,
through.
man.
Yes, it's a more chill environment. We got a DJ. It's like a vibe. It's not our normal, dining. It's more of like a party
No, the
vibe.
DJ had me jamming. I was
Grown and sexy.
I was
We
in
like
the
the grown
corner.
and sexy, a place that you could come and you gonna have a good time. You could sit and talk with your girlfriend, or you could get up and line dance. It's a vibe.
Yeah, definitely was a vibe, man. I was about to
Y'all
get
got
started
bottle
dancing.
service in here too, or no?
No.
Oh, all right. I
No.
thought I seen a little bottle when I came
No.
in. My bad.
Look out, right?
We BYOB.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
BYOB?
Yeah.
BYOB, y'all. Y'all
BYOB.
cannot beat a BYOB. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
You
we
cannot
gonna
beat
do
a
that.
BYOB. You gotta.
Just no telesport.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Telesport, y'all. Or cut water. No cut water or Telesport.
Yeah.
Allowed in
They
the restaurant,
bring
y'all.
the wrong things to the function. All tequila, right?
If that's what you want.
Yeah. That was a great episode, man. ReVmp Da Game podcast. Your boy King G beat us.
King GB, y'all. Bella D Rose.
You hungry? You think about that food?
I am, y'all.
Shout out to Dom. Shout out to Pretty Girls Cook. Where do you find it? Yes, PGC on the gram?
At YesPGC on Instagram and on TikTok and Facebook. I think they're all the same.
At Yes
Yes.
PGC. Y'all know what's going on.